Okay, we've got a little project here. There's a hole in the inner tube. So we got inner tube, got some tools, and we have the tire just in case there's a tear or a hole in the tire as well. But first of all, I need to get to that inner tube because I know I can see it right here. There's a big cut. And so we got the inner tube here. This is a 16-inch slime style inner tube. It's extra strong, self-sealing tube, so it's got a little bit of slime in it, just in case we get a puncture. Yep. And here's the okay. It's got the stem cover. Just want to double check, make sure it's approximately about the right size. Yep. 16 by 175. That's what this is. So, and we got some handy tools here that don't take a lot of room. This looks like about a 15 millimeter. Yep. This is it works as a ratchet as well if you need it. We need to take the wheel off so that we can get the inner tube off. Do that on the other side. Okay, what we have here is the Duratec anti-slip 12-piece stubby flex head wrench set. And it comes in this Holden sleeve with Velcro. This is the metric set. It's got a little fold over flap that allows you to keep all the wrenches in, and then it's got a button to be able to lock it in. It's got a flexible head. You can rotate to 180 degrees. So ratcheting on one end and then just a regular fit on the other end. 15 millimeter. So I got the right size. They are slightly short for providing like a torque, so depending on how far this is torqued, I had to give it a little bump to break the torque. But I'm just going to take off this nut here to remove the training wheels. We're not going to be using for this bike. Don't even have to use the ratchet. We'll go to the other side. So it does have arrows on here if you're looking for some guidance on like the direction. There's an arrow there, so that'll be your spin, and then ratchet back. Spin, ratchet back. So this is if you're loosening, and then here you'll be tightening. Nice little travel kit or small projects. 19 millimeter. So we have 8 through 19. Okay. And then when you're ready to put it away, just wrap it up tightly. And Velcro in, nice and compact. Do that on the other side. Okay, the wheel off. We'll be able to get to the inner tube. Take the inner tube out, put the new one in. You need to have some good tools that you can get into the lip of the tire and make sure you're not damaging the rim and the actual lip of the tire. There you go. Here's my broken tube. Throw that away. Looks like there was a cut here. All right, we got our trusty portable pump here. It's got a setting here so you can actually set the PSI that you need. And there's adapters that you can put on here. So I got one currently for my soccer ball. Well, we can take that off and it becomes the adapter for the inner tube of a bicycle wheel. And that's what we're gonna pump up here, just a little bit. I don't need a lot. It does have adapters here, so you've got charging ports. And also they are an in and you got a USB A style out with 5 volts, 2 amps. And this is the 5 volt, 2 amp type C in port for charging. And so I just want to raise it to probably maybe 5 psi because I just need to get some shape on this inner tube before I install it. Get the connection going here, and then we'll set to 5 psi. Press the button. That's all I need, so I'm going to turn it off. I don't need a lot. Just want to make sure that this thing is not ripped, doesn't have any holes, and it looks like it's holding pressure pretty good. All right, so as far as the inner tube, we got a little bit of air in there, and I can actually feel the slime moving around. So we'll get it installed here. Do a fit check. Next thing you want is you want to make sure you put the tire back on in the appropriate direction. Shows the arrow. So what we want to do here is we want to get one of the edges in. There we go. All right. So once that's in, we need to get the valve in. So we'll push the inner tube close to it. And do a little fishing. So once that's in, I can get the inner tube slid in over the rim of the wheel and into the tire. And then rotate it around. I'll kind of go around, give it a little squeeze here and there. Make sure the valve doesn't pop back out, and it has to be perpendicular too because you don't want it sitting at an angle. One good way to keep this from slipping is to put the valve cover back on. And just keep making sure that it's always square. So we'll go ahead, we'll start putting the tire back over the rim. And so it'll get pretty tight when you get close. And you have to work it around. It slips in like that. And we're gonna get our pump hooked up. But before I hook it up, I want to set the pressure. And your tire will tell you the pressure that this needs to be set to. So you'll see the text going around the tire. And it could be both sides or just one side of the tire. What you're looking for is either pounds per square inch or some other metric form of identifying the pressure. So this one is 40 to 65 psi. I'm just gonna start low just because I got this in here, so I'll probably start at 30. Make sure I got no rips, no holes, no seepage. Make sure this valve is still square to the actual tire. So I'll make some adjustments as needed because this rim will change the angle of that valve. We want to make sure it seats square. So we'll make adjustments. So I'll actually set it to 20. There's my 20. Might have to do it again if it shuts off, but let's get this valve hooked up. Yep, I'm gonna reset. There's 20. actually shut it off at 5 because it's starting to fill up, and I want to make sure the valve is square, which it does look like it is, and we'll continue. So this pump has memory storage as long as the battery has charge, and so if you turn it back on, it'll remember. Currently it's measuring the current pressure, but it'll remember your setting. So I had it set to 20. There we go. I'm gonna take it off and then fill it to 40 after the tire is completely on the bike. Make sure there's no leaks.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so it turns out that our inner tube was the only thing that was broken and cut on this bike specifically, but if you ever need replacements, you have Blackburn kids bike tires. This one specifically is the 16-inch. Some pretty good tread there for their use. And this one specifically replaces the 16-inch 1.75 to 2.125 inch rim width. I did already.